episode of the Birdbox Podcast. This is number 3 for us, and this one's going to be entitled Unwound and Unravelled for some really good reasons, because we just had a really good half term. We're going to tell you a bit about it in today's episode. I'm John, otherwise known as Mr. B's Yarn.
And I'm Claire. I'm known as Clare and Beki on Ravelry and BirdstreetUK on Instagram.
And I'm Becky, and I'm known as Bexy Norms on Instagram.
So that's us.
Yeah.
Now you're going to tell a lot more about what you got up to last week.
We
Because
are.
you were not around here, were you?
No, we were at Unravel and we had a really great time.
Very exciting.
Yeah, so we'll tell you more about that.
Yeah, and we've got a few things to show you that we bought there.
Just a few purchases, yeah, which I think you probably got away with because I wasn't with you.
Yeah,
That's why you weren't with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
He did keep texting me saying, so how big's your budget?
Yeah, those kind of comments, yeah.
Yeah, oh wow.
And while you were
That's
doing
good
that,
time.
I was also dyeing up a lot of new colourways. Some of them have gone really well, so I'm going to tell you about that a bit later as well.
Yeah, I just have one thing to do before you leave.
Okay.
We did meet a really gorgeous lady when we were at Unravel called Jules. It was So Sweet Violet. And when I came home, I ordered something from her website, and she sent a little gift.
Okay. Chocolate buttons.
Yeah, for Mr. B.
Thank you so much.
But she,
for me?
yeah,
So funny.
Thank you so much.
And she sent something for us. So I thought you might like to open
Oh my
it.
goodness, podcaster presents.
Podcaster present. So I thought you might like to open it. I'll show you what
I
I
will
bought
do.
from Jules later.
That's brilliant.
Right.
Thanks, Jules.
Look, thank you, Jules. They're so gorgeous.
So Sweet
I
Violet.
can't see the
Progress
viewfinder.
viewfinder.
Yeah, that's
Can
fine.
you see
That's
it?
okay.
Yeah. So we got one each.
Gorgeous
So
one
cool.
for you. Thank you, Jules.
Oh, it's got little stars in it.
That's
We love
beautiful.
you.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you, Jules. That's so sweet of you. I should treasure that.
Well, as we got a few custom orders that I need to get going with as well,
Yeah.
I think I might leave you to it.
Go and get your overalls on.
Okay? And I'll come and speak to you all a bit later. Cheers.
So we're back without Mr. B now. He's gone off. He's preparing some yarn for dyeing. So
We must apologise before we start that the man next door is doing some kind of work, so it sounds a bit like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the background, I'm afraid.
Yes.
But there's not a lot we can do about that.
He is making a new doorway in the back of his house. So
And now the dog's barking to be there. This is going well. Never mind. Anyway,
real
so
life. Real life.
finished objects.
Yes. Well, actually, can we just? You started off the podcast last time with gifts,
I did.
so I thought I'd return. The favour. So
I already had to get.
no, but I brought you something this time.
thanks.
So this
This is very
is
exciting.
a nice
today.
gift for you. And like, why did?
Oh, that's so cute. Well, I nearly bought one of these the other day. Oh, look. It's a banana waffle progress keeper. I had a waffle maker for Christmas, so
And
I've eaten a lot of waffles.
And that's
so
why I
far.
bought it, because you'd had your waffle maker for Christmas, and I thought it was really cute. And I love
really
Evelyn.
liked it.
Evelyn buys
Yeah, I
some
follow
things
her
for me,
too.
and she's so lovely. And so I treated myself to a happy little chocolate chip cookie. And it's
Everything.
gorgeous. It's really cute. He's got eyes
Oh, that's so cute.
and little pink cheeks.
Aw.
And I love him. So yeah, this is from the lovely Evelyn, who's Pink Pretties on Instagram, and she's got these cute little. She's got yarn as well and progress keepers. And she's
I
really
was
lovely.
eyeing those up the other day, but I was like, after Unravel, I can't spend any more money. But we'll get on to that later.
Yes.
Right then, so
Finish
FOs.
objects, you go, because you've got
Right,
more than me.
I got a couple. You see.
love
So
those.
I have finished. Now, my intention was at Unravel to buy some podcaster style sock blockers to show you my socks, but I didn't manage to find any. I will get some eventually. So I have finished my snowfall socks.
Oh, they're lovely.
This is a pattern by Tabitha Gandy from the Hey Sister podcast. Really lovely to knit, memorisable really quickly. I just knit it as a tube. I stopped the pattern on the back halfway down so I could just have stockinette under the foot, and then popped in a heel later, and they've come out really nicely. They fit really well.
The pattern.
And what I really like about these
Yarn.
was it was I
Yarn.
don't always follow the pattern for the cuff, I just sort of go with what I feel like, but with this one I went with it because it fits in with the rest of the pattern, and it's a 3x1 rib, which I've never done on a pair of socks before.
that's really
And
nice.
it was just nice to do something different.
Yeah. Oh, they're really
Yet to find out if
lovely.
it'd be sort of stretchy enough to fit my leg, but I'm sure it will be.
Oh yeah, it's bound to be because you've got this kind of a bit. Oh,
and the
they're
yarn
really, really pretty.
is Stranded Dye Works in the Sanctuary base, which is exclusive to our friend Kim at Alternate Universe, and it's 80/20 superwash BFL and bamboo. So it's nice to knit with something a bit different, and it feels lovely. It feels really, really nice, and the colours are beautiful.
Wow. What colourway is it?
It's Disco Pop.
Cool.
Disco Pop, so it's really fun.
Really like
So
them.
really enjoyed those, and I've got plenty left, and I'll probably be able to make a pair of shorties as well.
Yeah, you go again. Cause
Okay, so the other pair of
Doing well.
socks is, I'm calling these my Greatest Showman socks, because I knit one watching it one week with my best friend and her mum, and then I knit the other one the following week watching it with my mum. So it's the leftovers of George's Marvellous Medicine from my Land of Sweets cowl, and then I just had some random, I think it's probably commercial,
a bit closer.
blue and pink for the heels and toes, just for a bit of fun. And
They're so cute.
they knit up so quickly,
They're
I've got
really,
nice
really
little feet,
cute.
so really
lovely
nice and
and
quick.
soft.
Yeah, so that was fun. It's nice to use up all of the yarn, not just, have a chunk left lying
I know,
around
I get
for
so
ages.
fed up with all little bits of yarn left everywhere. So, well, my first finished object is some spinning,
Look at that.
and if you find how soft it is, it's so gorgeous.
Oh, it's so soft. It's got sparkle in it.
So this was a bat that I bought from my friend Rachel, who is Captain Sparrow UK. She dyes up the most gorgeous fibre, and she makes beautiful, beautiful bats. And this was one of her club bats. I help her prep for shows, and she's always saying, take from me. So I did take this time, and it's beautiful. It's all sorts of different fibres, and it's got
Wow.
it's like fire star in it, so it's really sparkly. And then so I woolen spun it, so it was a backwards draw, so it's really
Right.
kind of chunky.
Tell me then, what is woolen spun? Because I don't know. I don't know about these things. And Tracy and Jodie were talking about it the other day, and I felt like a right plonker. I didn't know what it was.
So woolen spun is when you draw the yarn to allow air in, so you don't squish the air out of it. So it's usually a backwards draw, either a short backwards draw, or you can pull it back and let it go and let it go. And normally then it just does its own thing. So like it can be really chunky in one bit and it can be thin in another bit, and you just end up with a kind of light, airy yarn. Whereas a worsted spun is usually a forward. It doesn't always have to be, but you tend to pull it and you tend to squeeze the air out of it, so it's a much sort of tighter spun.
Yeah, because they made some
even.
comment about it being like feeling almost hollow.
Yeah,
So,
you've got all the air in. I mean,
that
it kind of
makes
weighs
sense
nothing.
now.
It's very, very light.
So I'm glad I asked that.
And so then when I plied it, I don't know if you can see the thread, but I plied it with a merino. No, I didn't. It was a mohair silk yarn. So it was basically a haze.
Oh, is that the one you got?
Yeah, so basically it's kid silk haze. I thread plied it with that instead of plying it back on itself, because it's so chunky in places it would be impossible to do anything with.
What are you going to make with it?
So it'll go in the cupboard with all my other hand spun out. Like, I don't know.
You should make a big hand spun blanket or something.
That would
That'd
be
be
quite
fun,
cool.
wouldn't it?
It would be very lumpy bumpy, but
Yeah,
it
but
would be so
that's why it would make a nice blanket.
squishy and
'cause
gorgeous.
It might be too lumpy bumpy to make anything to wear.
Yeah, I have
but
got.
it'd be a really fun blanket.
Yeah, I've got plans for some of my other stuff that I've spun, but I'm not sure. I think it might go nicely in a weave-in.
Yeah, I was going to say, why
fair.
don't you borrow a loom?
And I belong to a guild, and I don't know. I might see if one of the other ladies wants to weave it, or whether I do it myself.
Yeah.
But it's just with the thread ply with the mohair silk. It's just
Yeah, it's really squishy. It's lovely.
gorgeous. Anyway, that was that.
Lovely.
That one there.
Do one of your other ones, because all of mine go together now. Really,
Okay, so I wanted to knit up one of my yarns that I dyed up myself, and this is I Predict a Riot on our Hiddlestone base, which I'll talk about later. I just made like a slouchy beanie hat. It's a pattern by Peyton's. It's just a basic beanie, and I made it. In the end, I decided actually I didn't want to knit 11 inches of stockinette for a hat, so I stopped at about 8.
Excuse me.
Just thinking it would be a short beanie, and actually it's still really, really slouchy. So if I'd knit 11 inches, it would be the most hilarious hat you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And even actually turned up, it's still slightly
pretty
slouchy on
slouchy.
me, but it's really nice. I'm really pleased with the colours and how they came out. So that's, just a basic hat.
Lovely.
So you
Cool.
go next.
So I have been back on the baby jumpers again. So the first one is one you saw as a wick last month. So this one, they're all the flax-like pattern by Tin Can Knits. Although what I've done on all of these is I've taken off the garter stitch panel on the sleeve, mainly for speed. I like it, but it's so quick without it. You just don't have to think.
Cute.
This is in the George's Best colourway by Mr. B.
Oh, I love it.
It's really sweet. That's in the 1 to 2 size. For my friend's little boy for his birthday.
It's so cute. Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, that's number one. Now, these two, not sure what happened, but this was supposed to be the 2 to 3 size. This is in the I'll See You in My Dreams colourway by Mr. B.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And I decided to do it short sleeves. I thought it'd be quite sweet with like a long sleeve white t-shirt underneath, and then I don't know, like a little denim pinafore or something like that. Would be really cute. But so that's the 2 to 3 size.
So pretty.
So then I started knitting another 2 to 3 size one. Okay, which is this one. Look at the difference. I don't know what went wrong.
Oh wow.
I definitely used the same needles because I left them in the bag in between. I must have cast on the wrong number of stitches for the first one because I thought that's never going to fit a 2 to 3 year old. In fact, it's probably not really any different. No, in fact, it's smaller than the 1 to 2. So there we go. That will now be a present for my friend's little girl's first birthday.
Oh, it's really beautiful.
This one, I love this one. This is in Pinata by Stranded Dye Works in the Paradise MCN base. So it's really soft.
Gorgeous.
Those pops of colour are just amazing.
So gorgeous. I can't believe how quickly you knit this.
Well, it whizzed up. I took that one with me last weekend, and we didn't get as much knitting done as we thought, did we?
No, we were laughing
because there was nowhere really to sit, was there? We did sit for an hour on, well, not even that long, on Friday, but we were in a marquee, so it was freezing. It was really and then Saturday we couldn't really find anywhere to sit most of the day. But we did have old lady night on Saturday night.
We had old lady night.
We decided not to go out for dinner, to get a Nando's in the hotel room and knit. Which
and
was
sit
quite
in
fun.
bed
Watch
cups of Prosecco.
Tooth mugs of Prosecco and watch Midsummer Murders. Rock and roll. Right, okay.
It was great though.
It was great.
So this is my last finished object. It is the Tchaikovsky hat by Helen Stewart, Curious Handmade, from her Knit Vent. I can't remember what it was from the Knit Vent.
It was from Knit Vent.
And so she's using Mr. B's. I asked him to dye up some still frozen for me and Bex on DK, and he did, bless him.
On the Elba base.
On the Elba base. So I knit the adult size, but it came out really small. It's really small, and I don't like it on me. Lovely pattern, really quick. Nothing wrong with pattern, just the idiot that knit it. It's got
or is it? Is it just that we have?
Well, on the pattern, the one she's wearing looks quite slouchy on her, but she may have knitted the large.
Normans do have big heads.
We have got big heads. Big heads, big noses, you know. So, this is actually going to be a really cute slouchy hat for a 2-year-old that we know and love, and gets lots and lots of jumpers and knitting.
Yeah, this is my best friend's little girl. If you say to her, what does Auntie Bex do? She says, knitting. like Calamity Jane, which is just so cute.
So
she will love that. She
has practically knitted herself.
She will run around going knitting. Thank you very much.
But she also says some other things.
Yeah, enough of that.
What does Bex smell of?
No, enough of that. Thank you. Right then.
So that was all my finished objects.
Oh my goodness! No, it's right. Save that for acquisitions later. But I've just spotted something really cool with you guys. Right, whips.
Right. Okay. So what am I knitting? I'm knitting. So I decided I needed just an easy project to do while we were away last week because I can't talk and think at the same time. So thanks. I'm cast on a pair of socks, and I've had this lovely yarn from Amy Stranded Dye Works on her Paradise base, and it's flamingo legs. I've been hoarding it a little bit, so I decided to cast that on so that I had some.
It is gorgeous. It is
knitting.
so flamingo.
It is. Really
It's
lovely.
just perfect.
And because it's paradise, it's nice and soft.
I wish I'd bought this. I've got it, but I've got it on a sock blank, and I wish I'd just bought it in a skein because
I'm so
the
tangled.
black's a bit more concentrated in mine,
Oh,
obviously.
okay. Yeah, because you get more patches, don't you?
So it's not the same. I do love it still, but I'm struggling to decide what to knit with it.
Yeah, well, I just wanted
I will eventually.
these lovely socks. So I'm doing them concurrently so that I don't get fed up.
Good plan. Good plan.
Yes.
Right then, my first whip is in my gorgeous Dassy basket. I have started my Veronica. I've actually changed the colour of it since you saw it last because Aldi did another yarn special. So I changed to this really lovely pale grey.
Oh, it's really nice. It's
So,
really nice.
It looks like a big elephant at the moment. It's so the pattern's Veronica by Shannon Cook. So it's a lovely slouchy. Hang on, let me find the picture.
It's very big.
Slouchy cardigan. Oh,
Mr. B
there's
Jr.
two men in the kitchen.
Daniel, we're podcasting.
Sorry.
He's rifling through the cupboard. He's finding biscuits.
Just got up.
There's Veronica. It's a really nice slouchy cardigan.
I love mine.
Yeah, Clare and Mum have both got them, so I needed one. So I've done all the increases now. So I'm working the even rows all across the back, and then the decreases, and I'm done.
Oh, you'll love
so
it.
quick,
You'll love
so
it.
quick.
You
And
wear it all
obviously
the time.
because his Aaron is whizzing up,
Yeah.
and
lovely.
£3.99 for a garment. Can't complain at that.
You cannot. I did have to crack into a second ball, but Mum didn't with her. So.
No, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I've got to just in case. But
Right. Okay. So this is a long-term whip. I think we've all seen it before, and I'm still not finished, but I am just really enjoying working on it. So I'm going to just take it at my own pace. So this is my second Land of Sweets cowl. Out of Mr. B's yarn in the
Duchess.
Duchess colourway. Held double with some mohair silk, and I'm a little bit obsessed by that at the moment, I believe. So yeah, this is how
Gorgeous.
far I've got, but yeah, it's so pretty. I love. You can still see the yarn at the bottom, and then you still see the tonality of it as it's knitting up with
Really
the
lovely.
mohair and the lace. Yeah, it's all actually lining up and stuff at the moment, which
Excellent.
it just blows my mind every time I knit something and get it.
We should. I'll ask Mum if I can bring the one she's knitting on.
Well, I
next
was just
time.
thinking we should have had Mum's stuff with us.
We were tasked with finding Mum some minis to make one at Unravel, and we got her this gorgeous set from Skein Queen.
So beautiful.
Of singles minis, and
It was so hard to choose.
really like pastel colours, and it's just gorgeous. She started it on Monday night, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was finished by
absolutely
now.
whipping through it, and
It
it's
is
beautiful.
so gorgeous. So I'll see if she'll let me
Yeah,
bring
and
it
she's
on
really
next
getting into
week.
knitting again, so we will show some of Mum's stuff on
Yeah.
here from time to time. So there's the Duchess, there's the mohair silk, and I'm really enjoying this. This is just, it's like, oh, I can't put it in. It's so
I wear mine all the
soft.
time. I've got to say, I wear my plainer one more than I wear my crazy one, but I do wear it.
I wore my crazy one yesterday, so
Yeah, lovely.
yeah,
Right then,
that's that,
next one in my Pixie Yarns bag,
which we love.
which I love. It's just lush. So I am knitting the Dewdrop Socks by Tracy Arnold, Nora George.
Awesome.
In the picture. I'm sorry, it's not a brilliant picture because my printer was a bit low on ink at the time, but they're so pretty. It's a really clever design. So basically there's like a little lacy panel at the top, and then there's this row of eyelets, and then they get further and further apart as they go down the sock. So it's really pretty.
Love the yarn.
So the yarn is The Tiger Who Came to Tea by Mr. B. My favourite book of all time.
John actually dyed that for her because
She asked what children's books, and I was like, The Tiger Who Came to Tea.
She's obsessed.
In fact, next week at work is book week, and I'm English lead, so I'm in charge of it. And I've been planning it all out. And one of the things I've asked the children to do is bring their favourite book to school on Monday to share with everyone.
Yeah.
And I went through my shelf in school, and I found the Tiger Who Came to Tea to share with them, and it was my very my original copy that I had when I was tiny, and it's even got a bit of scribbling that Wes did in the back. So I thought, I'll show the children that copy and show them how loved it is. It's proper, it's all crinkly, it's got stains on it, it's a right old mess, but it's just so loved.
I just remember having to read that over and over to you. So Wes is my eldest son, who will be 30 in May. So,
and he used to ruin all my stuff.
Draw over stuff.
So I've actually got 2 socks at the same point, because I'm doing one repeat on one, then one repeat on the other.
Yeah,
so they'll be finished together.
I'd like to knit it in some solid yarn, I think. So
you've got and I think that it will really open out when I block it.
I've got one of Tracy's yarns.
You should do that.
The Titania.
Oh yes,
and it's really, really light. It's just slight blush pink, and it's got some amazing speckles on it.
Spring socks.
That would be gorgeous.
Yeah, you have to do that.
I'm going to do that.
Next one then.
I do have another one which I started yesterday.
This is exciting.
Which I'm really excited about.
No, Claire was like, no, I don't want to knit this. It's too big. I won't wear it. And then we saw somebody wearing one, didn't we?
Oh my gosh, we saw a couple.
And I don't know what her name was, which is a shame. But it looked lovely.
Something whimsy.
She was the book lady, wasn't she? But I don't know what her name was.
Yeah, it was whimsy.
She was lovely. She was a teacher. We were chatting to her for ages.
I haven't got a picture because I'm doing clue by clue, but I've started the starting point. There we go. Starting Point by Hoki Locatelli. It was a mystery knit along a while ago, and I didn't join it because I didn't think I wanted to. And I can't do things like that. I'm really bad at that.
Yeah, I'd rather see what.
If I have to knit it, then I'll end up not knitting it at all. Knitting. So I decided to go through. I wanted to knit it with the stash or with the stuff that I bought from Unravel, and I bought so many kind of one skeins that they don't really jive together. So I came home and I got all of my yarn out. And
whoa!
And I found this loveliness. So 3 skeins of Baramu Titus, which I bought from a yarn story a really long time ago. I love that blue so much. It's so beautiful. It's like alpaca Wensleydale. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I don't have the labels anymore. And some mohair silk. Surprise, surprise, because I seem to be obsessed by that. Yeah. Oh, tangle. And then I had a load of Industrial Kingfisher. This is quite a light one. It's really. I knit a jumper out of Industrial Kingfisher. I only used
by Amy Stranded Direct.
I only used 2.5 skeins on my jumper. Well, not even that. Just over 2 skeins, to be fair.
It's gorgeous.
And I love it so much. So I decided that they go together with
Standard.
Yeah.
Standard.
Malabrigo sock in ochre.
I love that colour. It's one of my faves.
I love it. So I started it and it's really enjoyable. So this is where I am. So I started with the grey. Then I think it's Bramley Baths is the lighter blue. And then Stranded held together with the mohair. And then the dark blue, and then I'm back on the Stranded, and then now I'm on the ochre, the Malabrigo sock. So this is literally my first time.
And this is a really clever pattern, isn't it? Because you knit 2 identical pieces, don't you? And then they join in the middle.
Yeah, when I knit this one, I have to knit another one exactly the same, and then they join somehow, and then
in the middle.
And then it becomes really enormous, clever. And it looked so good.
It's one of the things on my Make 9, and I think I'd almost decided I didn't want to do it, and then when I saw a couple of them last weekend and I saw you starting yours, I was like, right, it's back on. I need it. And
it's lovely to knit, really enjoying it.
And you can't go wrong with a Hoki pattern. They're amazing.
I've done this, it's like a sort of twisted rib, but it's a very unusual way of doing it, and I've not done that before. I don't know what the stitch is called.
Do you twist the knit and twist the pearl?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did in her bonbon knit.
It looks so nice. And then the eyelet row was so easy. It was just so lovely. It flew, and
I think it's going to be really addictive because you're changing colour and changing texture so
it's really
often.
quick. Obviously, it's going to get bigger, and but it's now. I don't think it's ever going to be so big that I'll get fed up with it.
No, I don't. Well, because you're in 2 bits. It's only right at the end that it gets really big.
Yeah.
And what you've got to do is keep on top of doing each clue twice rather than doing one and then doing the other. I think.
Yeah.
Because you'll get second half syndrome.
Yeah. Well, she gives you really good information on choosing your colours and how she chose her colours and how you need some solids, and the dark one needs to be in a certain place and the light one needs to be in a certain place, and one needs to be variegated, and so I did have a hard time choosing, but that's only because I have stupid amounts of yarn. But no, I'm happy. I'm using up my bar on new touches. I'm using all stashed yarn, which makes me really happy.
Yeah, that's really good.
And
it's practically
blue
free.
And mustard. Yeah, it is pretty much free. It's paid for itself.
Okay, so my next whip is another shorty sock. I've not got very far on these really. I knit a little bit last weekend, not very much. It's in my Storm Clouds and Rainbows yarn by Vicky Brown, who I met last weekend, which was really nice. She was so sweet.
She's got lovely hair.
She's got really cool hair. And also, she's knitting a Katie Morag jumper for her daughter for World Book Day. She would totally win the prize if she was in my class. Love a homemade costume. So yeah, it's just going to be really easy. I've just done a rolled top, not even a rib, and it's just going to be a shorty sock. So I think I need to knit about a 6-inch tube, so I'm almost there, and then just toes and heels. And one of my acquisitions you'll see later is for the toes and heels.
Gorgeous.
On that one.
Oh, gorgeous.
That's that.
I think I've got my basket. I didn't get mine from Oxfam, but it's still fair trade.
This one. It's the same make. It's just mine was from Oxfam and yours wasn't.
Yeah. My son works for Graham and Green, so I got discount.
Mine was in the south, so they were the same price as well.
Yeah. So I just wanted to show my crochet blanket.
It's gorgeous.
Now it started off, I must have had a larger hook when I started it. And I must have
suddenly realised, didn't we, the other night that the stitches
picked up a smaller hook going along the way. I've got some lovely minis in there. I've got yarns that people have sent to me, yarns that Becky gave me. And so we were chatting. I hadn't done any for ages. And it is doubled up, by the way. It is bigger than that. Becky was chatting about she'd done a magic cake. And I was like, oh, how do you do that? And then she told me how to do it.
There are some knitting things that I know that Claire doesn't. Not many.
I came home, came home from Unravel with all that gorgeous yarn. And I sat down with all my minis and scraps. And made a magic cake.
Yeah, but we've been really good because both of us have gone a whole week without casting on any of our new yarn because we had to show you on the podcast.
Exactly, we're good.
We're proper podcasters.
So I'm excited. So I can crochet along, and then suddenly it changes, and it's really nice. And yeah, I've put about half a dozen rows on it this week, which is weird because I haven't touched it in months.
No, I do that though with my scrappy projects. I pick them up and put them down.
And I've got all these to make into.
Excellent. So I started a crochet blanket as well because
I love yours.
I've got my square blanket, but then I do a square and then I've still got leftovers. So I thought what I need is something where I can use up all of those tiny scraps. So I've been making magic cakes. This one's like really, it's a bit dead now because there's not much left.
Oh.
But what I've decided to do this one is to just sort of be a bit more careful about the placement.
Oh, I love it.
Whereas my Cozy Memories is just completely random. So this one, what I'm doing, you'll see what I'm doing. Whoops,
hold on.
To stitch. Right, there we go. So what I'm doing is I'm creating like a fade sort of effect. So when I have like a big pile of minis, I sit down with them and I just put them into like a gradient and then cake them up. And then when I've got a few more, I work out which colours and I go from there.
I love it. I can see all the Mr. B's.
So hopefully it just sort of fade in and out.
Stranded hedgehog. I love that one.
Yeah, there's quite a few Mr. B's
so
in this one.
Lovely.
I love this panel of like rainbowy one.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Wish I could remember where I got it from.
It's really beautiful.
I think it might be made by Jude. That rings a bell. I think she's
really pretty.
A Cornish dyer, if I remember rightly.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So
it's really pretty and it's really addictive because you just want to get to the next colour.
It's not going to fit in that bag for long.
And also, it's driven me to add loads of squares onto my Cozy Memories because then if I put the square in my Cozy Memories blanket, then I got more yarn for this one. So I think I've put 9 squares in my Cozy Memories this month. So up to 145 squares.
I still only got 9 squares in mine. Yeah. I fell out.
I think
I don't think I'll give up on that one,
shall we?
I am.
Have you got any more whips?
No.
I've got one more. I've got one more. This is kind of a silly fun one because the last few weeks playground duty has not been fun. Because it has been really
Would it
cold.
ever be fun? How would it ever be fun?
Oh no, I love it in the summer. It's great. That's how I get my tan in the summer. But in the winter, it's not that fun. And also, I can't really wear hats because unless my hair's down, which is maybe 2 days a week, then it just doesn't work. So one of my colleagues Actually, one of my colleagues made one of these for another of my colleagues, and I was like, right, I need one. So, and sometimes I borrow it from her, so I thought I need my own. I don't know if I printed the picture actually.
I cannot wait.
This is really fun. No picture, but never mind. It's called Yulin Unicorn Hood. And the kids love it. When I borrow Beth's, the kids are always like, why are you a unicorn? Or, I saw you dressed as a unicorn. And I'm like, it wasn't me. There was a magical unicorn in the playground. So, I've done the actual hood part. And you'll recognise the yarn because I frogged my breaker's cowl because it just wasn't going to happen. I really wanted it.
The size of those
and
hooks.
I really loved it. But I hated knitting it. So
that's so funny.
So I've made the hood.
That's hilarious.
And then it's got like a long scarf part with pockets in the end. So that covers the gloves. Then it has a horn. And then it's going to have, on the pattern it's just got hair. But I thought crochet spirals would be really fun. So I'm making a whole bunch. This is just Stylecraft yarn. A whole bunch of fun little
that is so
unicorn hair. I just thought, what the hell? I'll leave it in school. I won't actually wear it in public. But I've got loads of fun colours and it's just going to be crazy. So I must crack on with that really, otherwise it'll be too warm to wear it. But it's for the kids. What can I say? It's for the kids.
Yeah, it's for the kids.
Oh, come on. I've got to let my TV presenters, children's TV presenter side out somewhere, haven't I? Right.
That's hilarious. That's so funny.
I suppose that leads us to stash.
Oh.
Have you got any?
Not sure. I might have a little bit.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, so
I'm going to have a mini egg. She might be sometime.
So I haven't opened it yet because I wanted to wait because it's so.
And this is all stash that you didn't buy at Unravel.
No, I didn't buy this at Unravel. I'll get this out of the way. But I saw Jules at Unravel.
She's our new best friend.
She's so gorgeous. She's so gorgeous. I was so excited to meet her. She's smaller than I thought she was going to be. So I went on her website. She had her party bird pins. So it's going to go on my bag. And lots of people asked me when we were away last weekend, is this Mrs. Brown's bag?
Everyone was going, Mrs. Brown's bags. And we were like,
it's actually one of my own. I made it a really long time ago. I printed the fabric. I knit the fabric. I dyed the fabric. So I have my pins. I have my very special Poppy Day pin. I bought my knitting and gin pin from Sue at Unravel. It was lovely to see her again. This is Tiny Grey Cat, Courage Dear Heart, which I love. Nora George. That's just one I bought myself, which really annoys me because it won't stay up the right way. My mistletoe and my alpaca that my son bought for me. And my lovely So Sweet Violet pin.
I definitely need one of those.
And Pudsey Bear, of course. So
cute.
this is on. I might
do the same. I got that bag. I might do the same.
It was getting a bit heavy on the top, so I moved them all down
that's
to the
a good
bottom,
idea.
but I thought they show up even better. So my lovely little party bird is going to go on there today, and I absolutely love it. And then we met Maria Lindstrom at Unravel. We spoke to her for a little bit. She was somebody we knew from our scrapbooking days. And she's got a lovely little shop called Clementine Taco, little cat in there, clementinetaco.etsy.com. And she had cute stitch markers, and I missed out on seeing them. It's a Frappuccino with a smile and pink cheeks.
Hand behind there so you can see it. I feel like we can't see it properly.
There we go.
There we go.
So it's a mocha Frappuccino, but our favourite one is the caramel Frappuccino, so we're going to call it that. But I absolutely love it. So I have ordered that since. Coming back.
Cool.
It's so cute.
So, I'll show you my sort of random bits first because I was really good and nearly all of my Unravel purchases were straight into projects. It's sort of future knitting as well. So, I had one knit order before we went to Unravel, and it's a new person I discovered. It's What Mustard Makes. It's Tracy. And it's some really cute stitch markers, and I wanted to try them because they're on earring backs. I've never tried that kind of stitch marker before, so I got this one, which is a tiny cacti.
Oh, that's so cute.
Which is really cute. Then I got this rainbow.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Really sweet. And then one of the ones, a bit like Jules sent us actually, which is like a little ball full of colourful stars. And then she really kindly sent me this little red heart for free, which was really sweet of her. And it was such a nice little parcel. It's like a present. It's like all wrapped in tissue paper.
Oh, that's really lovely.
With a nice little tea bag and these loads of tiny little origami stars, which is just such a nice touch. How cute is that?
No way.
Yeah.
They're incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my
They were
word.
nice. And they were really affordable, and the postage was
pretty.
really
love
good.
the
I'd definitely be
cacti.
buying some more.
And who was that again?
What Mustard Made.
Oh, she spelled your name right as well.
She did.
How lovely. She has to be awkward and have a different spelling for everyone else.
So do you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Not our fault, anyways, Mum. We like being different, it's alright.
Carry on, I'm sure you've got some more in there.
Okay, so the next one, this is really fun. This was at Unravel. I saw this bag at Balram Mew and I couldn't help myself.
Well, she saw it and then walked away and then went, I have to have it and went back
the
again.
next day. Voulez-vous crochet avec moi ce soir?
Love it. So cute.
Fun. And I mentioned earlier that I got a mini for my heels and toes in those shorty socks. So I got that from Giddy Ant Yarns.
She had some lovely yarn.
She really did. She had some lovely big skeins, didn't she?
Yeah,
They were nice.
really lovely.
And that is just an 80-20 high twist. So that's going to go into those socks. And I also bought a knitting and gin pin from Sue Stratford because it's just too appropriate
How
not
gorgeous
to.
was her stand.
Oh, she had the cutest thing.
She makes
little like teddy bear clothes and things.
Toys, little stuffies, and they had clothes and a wardrobe and
so sweet. Oh, and I also just do this now while I'm talking about them. Bought these stitch markers from Giddy Ant Yarns. They're actually higher ones. They're brill because they look like little balls of yarn, but then there's no metal bit. It's just like a little elasticy loop. So it's really light on your knitting, and it just doesn't get in the way. It's
lovely.
Brilliant. Really like those.
Yeah. Really
And they were really affordable too. Okay, do you want to do some yours?
Shall I do one? So our first stop. Actually, no, my first stop. Oh no.
Oh
I left
yeah.
it in there.
Do you want me to go get it?
Yeah,
You
it's
talk
on the
about
back
that
of my
one and I'll
wheel.
go and find it.
So actually our second stop, because she was right next door to Spin City, was Amy. And so I knew I wanted some anti-Valentine. I picked it up on a sparkle base, which is Cavern. And it's really beautiful. Love it.
Look, I would have missed an opportunity with these because look, I wanted to wear them like plats. They're so pretty.
They're so nice. So first stop was Spin City, and we hit up her booth.
And you wanted these, didn't you? These were on your shopping
This was
list.
actually on my shopping list. So I wanted Dolly Mixture, and I think this is Unicorn Horn, and they weren't labelled.
It looks like it should be called Unicorn Horn.
Yeah, it's just some lovely blended merinos and some other gorgeous fibres in there.
Nice, bit sparkle.
Very sparkly. Yeah, excited. They kind of look dead fluffy, but yeah, they'll be nice to spin up. So
Cool.
that was my first purchase. And then my second Amy purchase was some
More
Metalsome.
Metalsome.
I love Metalsome, but I gave my Metalsome to Dan when I knit his socks. And so I bought it on Cavern this time, so it's really sparkly and lovely. So yeah, that was
Sorry,
my
the
Amy
dog's
purchase.
just trying to run through the stash. It's all over the floor.
She's my
Oh, I should show you in here. Me and Claire were giving out some minis while we were there. She dyed up a little colour called Unraveled, which was really fun.
Yeah.
So we enjoyed giving
We
those
got
out
a
to
few of
people,
those.
but I was lucky enough to get one as well.
Wow.
Then we visited Vicky and Angie at West Green Loft Yarns.
they're
They were
so
so
lovely.
lovely.
They're so nice.
Their stand just looked so pretty,
It really
didn't it?
did.
All the colours were
I
gorgeous.
regret not buying that woven bag.
You looked at it so many times. And this wasn't my only purchase, you'll see in a minute, but I bought some minis to get my blanket. I just couldn't resist. They're just gorgeous.
They are beautiful.
Yeah, and they had some lovely things on their stand, didn't they?
You can't have
And they were
many yet.
so lovely. We were chatting to them a few times, weren't we?
Turn up. Who's everybody?
No, you don't want to be famous, do you, Steph?
Oh,
Right
she
now.
is famous.
What you got next?
So then,
Olan.
I had never heard of Olan. I think I must be the only person on the planet who had never heard of Olan.
Now, we didn't actually know this before, but Olan is actually the dyer who used to be behind Hedgehog
Well,
Fibres.
she worked for Hedgehog Fibres. and she no longer does. And this is just
beautiful,
incredible.
What's that one called? They had really fun names, didn't they?
This one's called Anarchy.
Nice.
And it's
got every colour you could
every
think
colour,
of.
and it's just so beautifully dyed.
When we were in the hotel room, we kept like opening these up, put them on the bed and looking at them and scaling them back up and opening them up again. We should have just chucked it all over the bed and done yarn angels.
Exactly. I was a bit overwhelmed on day one. I literally bought those two from Amy and those two.
And also, we spent quite a lot of time on day one chatting with people.
With other people.
We were a bit late. We didn't get there till 12 because the parking was so awful. And then we met Nikki and Jules and Chrissy, and we were chatting for ages, and we were bumping into other people.
Sat in the podcast lounge.
Yeah, we made our own podcast lounge. We basically found 3 chairs in a stairwell, but it was the only place to sit, so we were calling it podcaster lounge.
We sat up the stairs. It was hilarious. So yeah, the next day I went back to the same store.
It was the loveliest yarn company.
Oh,
Yeah,
they were.
Oh, and the lady had the most gorgeous Irish accent.
Oh, she was lovely. She was gorgeous. So then I bought this one.
And they go really nicely together, don't they?
They do look lovely together, but this is very sort of reddy and browny. Got some orange there, some pink, and it's incredible. And it's called Hot Tamale.
Cool.
And it really is. Look at the speckles. Eek.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I love that. So then, yeah.
Do that one because it goes with, doesn't it?
Well, it does, but
Doesn't it?
this was my last purchase because I still had some money in my back pocket and I still wanted some more. So this one is called Pagan, and it's very dark browns, but then you get these pops of orange and purple and pink, and you just sort of open it out and it's just it's incredible.
Awesome.
It is incredible, but they do go really lovely.
If you ever get a chance to get your hands on Snowland, do it. It's fab.
Highly recommended.
So yeah, like I said, I definitely had this project in mind before I went. I want to make the Yamea shawl by Amber O'Brien. It's quite similar to the Asana wrap that I made last month for my friend Lisa. I need to mention Lisa because she's very excited about our podcast. She actually said to me the other day that she'd watched it, and then the next day she said, I'm going home to watch it again because I enjoyed it so much. She's so lush. Right, now this, Jules will enjoy this. This is my first purchase from Stranded on her Cavern base, which is her sparkle. And I had to buy it because it's navy blue, which is my favourite, but also it's called PE Knickers. And when I met Jules and I showed her what I bought, she said, I love how you say that, PE Knickers. So I got to be a bit bristle for Jules and say PE Knickers, my lover.
It's lush, isn't it, Nikki?
So that's going to be the lace colour on it. And then the striped colours, found a new dyer called Mint Bee, and their yarns were really luxurious. Lots of silk and that
they were
sort of
really
thing.
beautiful.
Oh, stunning. And I found this sock blank, and I thought because in the pattern one of the striped colours is a gradient and it looks so pretty, so I thought a sock blank would probably be the way to go.
Yeah.
Because that's the best way to get a long gradient like that.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Look at the colours. It gives me this like gorgeous sort of purpley blue.
It's beautiful.
Down to this like aqua sort of colour, and it's got sort of speckles all the way.
Oh, that looks
and
really,
this
really
is
nice.
80% merino, 20% silk, so it's going to be so drapey and soft to wear.
Are you gonna cake it up first?
Yes, I'm gonna. In fact, I think I might skein it and wash it, and block it so it's not crinkly.
Yeah,
and then cake it.
Yeah. How do you feel generally about knitting from sock blanks?
I haven't done it many times, but I've never had a problem with it.
No, so I haven't enjoyed it.
No, I
don't really enjoy it.
Doesn't ever really make a difference to me.
No.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Just wondered.
Yeah, I've not done it many times, but. And then I thought I'd just stripe it with some drops that I had left from something else.
Say just drops, but it's so lovely to knit with.
It's great, and I just thought
it's gorgeous.
I don't want to spend loads of money on a pale grey when I can spend my money on beautiful coloured yarns. So
exactly. Well, then we found Easy Knit.
Oh
my gosh,
Easy
how
Knit.
gorgeous is his boot? Seriously.
And they were so lovely.
Oh, such a lovely pair. Really, really lovely. And this one is self-striping. It's Gobstopper.
That's the
on
only thing
champagne
I'm
truffle.
sad I didn't get was some self-striping yarn.
And it's glittery. And I'm really, really excited.
I think
I
I
love
am
it.
on payday.
Love
I
it.
am going to be buying some self-striping yarn. Thought it'd be done.
And
Sorry,
yeah,
carry on,
my
yeah, carry
last
on.
one. Yeah, may as well.
Yeah.
So he also had these gorgeous skeins, and they're called Big Boy. Oh, you can resist a Big Boy.
Well, you had fun texting John saying I'm not coming home. I found a big boy.
Exactly, I did. I said, I'm not coming back.
So soft and really good value. It's 150 grams. Isn't
150 grams. It was £17, and it's gorgeous. And it is blue face, Exmoor blue face, alpaca and nylon 4-ply, and it feels incredible.
I bet that would be really hard wearing.
And I love it. And I want one in every colour. And the saturation on his colours.
If you want a really good, bright, solid, easy knits are your men.
Incredible. You've got beautiful, beautiful yarn.
Yeah.
So that was me.
So, my next...
I was just going to say, this is the Unravel brochure.
Okay, so my next purchase this was so fun to put together. I'd been building up to really wanting to do a brioche project.
Oops, sorry.
Postman.
It might be the postman.
Yeah. I had a brioche itch, and then I saw lots of lovely brioche there, so I thought, right, I'm going to do this. On day one, I saw this yarn. I thought, no, I'm not going to get it yet because it's just a random skein of bright sock yarn, and I don't want to do that, especially not this early in the day because I could just go mad. But I went back and it was still there, so I had to get it. It's the Moro Lan.
Oh, it's
Look
so gorgeous.
at that. It's called, I think, Troublemaker.
Look. It is so beautiful.
Words fail me.
It's so her.
And I also bought this just because it was pretty from Fine Fit.
Oh, it's so lovely to meet Terry as well.
And her baby.
Her
Oh my
baby.
goodness. Everyone was talking about the baby more than the yarn, I think.
Her baby was beautiful.
She was so happy. And that's called Blue Skies and Blooms.
Oh.
When we went back to the hotel, I was like, right, I need to find a brioche project that I'm going to do. Didn't necessarily think about putting these together at that point. Then I found What the Fade, and I was like, I'm going to do What the Fade. So in case you didn't know about it, it's Andrea Mowry's mystery knitting from last year. So lovely, big brioche shawl with tassels.
Oh.
So I hatched a plan that those two yarns would go together. And I'd seen this yarn at the Loveliest Yarn Company as well, and I thought, well, that's going to be one of them. So this is Flamingo by Ching Fibres. Look, and this is 80
It's on the back.
1010 merino cashmere nylon.
Orange on the back.
So it's
brown.
so soft.
So there you go.
So no, that one goes there.
There.
So and I need 6 colours for this fade. So then I went back to Angie and Vicky at West Green Loft Yarns, and Angie helped me pick out this one. And this
So
is
pretty.
called Boudoir. Very nice. So that one's going to go in between those two. Then I decided I just needed quite a solid bright pink.
Oh.
So we went back to our friends at Easy Knit, and I got this one, which is their Deeply Wicked yarn, and it's Life in Plastic, which I thought was
I
very
love it.
fun.
And that going
And that's
there.
going to go there.
So there we go.
So that's the 5, and then I just decided to use a cream as the 6th colour. So again,
it's gonna be
old
gorgeous.
favourite
It's gonna be
drops.
absolutely
So that
gorgeous.
I have been itching to cast it on all week. That is
actually-
being cast on when I get home.
Oh, this is a merino cashmere nylon.
That's an MCN. This one is
so soft.
that one's an 80/20, so that one's nice and swishy.
Yeah.
That one's 100%
Superwash.
superwash, as is the Life in Plastic, and that's a 75/25.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really
mixture.
luxurious and drapey and gorgeous. I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh, it's so lovely. You made.
I wouldn't
really-
even be surprised if that was finished next time I see you, because I will be knitting like the clappers on that.
like clappers.
Anything else?
No.
I've got more, don't worry. Don't worry, I've got more.
No.
So Claire mentioned earlier that John did us both the skein of Life in Plastic, that's the last one, still frozen. And I didn't want to knit a hat with mine because, like I said earlier, I just don't really wear hats. So I decided, I've had for ages and ages this pattern for the Jodie shawl by Ho Hey, and that is in DK. So I thought I would pick up 2 more skeins of DK at Unravel to go with. So I went back to Amy again. She was like, do you really need more yarn? I got her Castaway base, which is her 100% merino DK. and I got it in the frostbite colourway.
Oh, it's
because I thought
purple.
those work together. Frozen and frostbite, of course it works. And then we visited the knitting shed.
Oh
and
my goodness.
I've got like major yarn crush on Ainsworth and Prynne. It is so lovely.
Beautiful.
Mainly plain colours, quite soft, pretty. I know our friend Deb
Jewelry
Hickman
beauty.
uses it a lot.
So
and
lovely.
it's Blue Face Leicester DK. It's called Neptune, this colour, and it's just a lovely deep blue, so that's going to go there. Because again, they had to go in kind of a fade.
Oh,
So that's my
it's gonna be
Jodie shawl.
strumming and squishy.
Right, sorry, getting messages. We're podcasting. Anything else?
I don't think so.
I think we're
on that
done.
front. So
yeah.
we loved Unravel. We would go back again in a heartbeat.
We would, and the people made it really. On the Saturday, we were just going, I don't want to do any more shopping, I just want to find friends.
We want to find people. Chrissy was lovely from Chrissy Craft.
She was a great person to meet as well, because she knew everyone, didn't she? So she introduced us
and
to...
we met Sandra Cherry Hart.
Yeah, and Sarah from Annaboo's house.
Yeah, and we... oh my goodness, so
loads of
many.
people.
Falula, Rachie.
Oh yeah, Carly, she was lovely. I was the devil on Carly's shoulder, made her buy the timely kit from Amy. But she's not regretting it, are you, Carly?
No, it's looking good. It's looking really good. I can't believe how much you've knit already. I think that was it. So I've just got a few bits to talk about.
Are we getting John back for that bit?
Should we get him back to do that?
Better had.
I was going to talk about the life, but we'll get him.
We'll do that.
We'll let him come back.
Okay. Bye.
So this part of the podcast is over to me. I'm going to tell you a bit about what I've been up to during February and show you some of the yarn I've been dyeing up as well. You know that the episode was actually called Unraveled but also Unwound, and that was because I really enjoyed the February half term, a chance for us to unwind a bit. I was delighted actually. Claire surprised me at Christmas with a present that was a trip to Brecon. So this was the little voucher I had, designed and made by my son. And Claire had actually bought for us a trip in a beautiful little apartment, a loft apartment in the middle of Brecon, a place we hadn't really been to before, but I just kept on nagging her about wanting to go to the Brecon beacons and get out and do some landscape photography. So that's how we started off. Virtually as soon as I got back from work, beginning of half term, we just took the opportunity to drive across to Brecon, and as we got there we found it was a beautiful little village in Brecon. Really loved the place. The first day, I have to say, the weather was not really very kind to us. It was a bit grey and just a lot of rain. So we went off for a drive to the middle of the Brecon beacons. Thought we'd get a trip on the mountain railway, and only to find that we were the only ones there because the railway didn't open until 3 days later, still closed for the winter season. So that was a bit disappointing, but we still had a lovely time away. And then the second day we were there, everything got a lot better because I got up really early in the morning, went out to try and catch the golden hour and take some pictures. So these are some examples of some of the shots I got nice and early on the Sunday morning. And then went back to wake Claire up and to pack everything up, ready to come home, but decided we'd take a trip to the Sugarloaf Mountain on the way back. Tried to encourage her to come out and walk the mountain with me, but unfortunately as we got there the snow really started coming down, and we sat in the car for a bit in the middle of a really heavy blizzard where visibility was hardly anything at all. I was still really determined to get out and do some landscape photography, so wrapped up, left Claire in the car knitting, and just started walking up to the top of the Sugarloaf Mountain. And sure enough, the faith that things would get better paid off, because as I got to the top of the first ridge, the sun broke through, it was a beautiful morning. I was able to really enjoy a time just walking, seeing some fantastic sights, loving the views, and taking some really nice pictures. So the little video clip, however, shows that the weather continued to be a bit changeable. Got to the top and the snow came down again. It was absolutely freezing. Yet again, could hardly see anything in front of me. So it was quite a nice experience, but a little bit rough at times. So these are some of the pictures that I took from the top of the mountain. And then that was it. A great time, nice breakaway. Time for us to come back to Bristol. When we came back, we started dyeing up some yarn, and you might remember in the last episode I showed you this catalogue from John Lewis with the suggestion that actually the colours in here would make a fantastic combination for yarn. So the blues, the pinks, the greys, they really had to find their way into a yarn somewhere. And I started off on my quest to find the perfect grey, and I'm delighted that after a few different recipes came up with It's All Going to Be Magnificent, which is this beautiful subtle grey with the knocked back antique mauve colours and a really kind of gentle turquoise with some blues in there as well. So speckles of navy and speckles of the same colours that are within the base. And this is just fantastic yarn. I love this one, and it really replicates the colours on that magazine really well. So John Lewis to It's All Going to Be Magnificent. Sometimes we get asked on Instagram about where do the names come from, and somebody has spotted that there is a bit of a theme to some of my names, because actually they tend to be inspired by the playlist I've got going when I'm dyeing up the yarns. So this was a great track, and this is All Going to Be Magnificent. Now, having found that grey, we had a few requests on Instagram for some previous yarns to be dyed up. So out came a second batch of We're All Going on a Bear Hunt, which again is a really subtle colourway. It's got a lovely knocked back kind of green base with then speckles of emerald green. It's got rust colours within there, purples. Just a really nice yarn. And Still Frozen, another batch of that was dyed up, and one or two left in the shop at the moment. And also I started playing with those colours a bit, looking at, thinking about the film The Greatest Showman. And so Barnum was created, and Barnum is similar colours to Still Frozen, but also with some deep blues, navies and blacks, trying to pick up on a bit of the drama of the circus. So this yarn here is Barnum. Now, I really did get into dyeing during the half term, so having found what I thought was just about the perfect grey that I've been looking for, the next was to try it with some browns and rust colours, and so this yarn was created, and this is called Just Rust. This has got to be actually one of my favourite colourways. So you've got the rusts, the deep reddy browns, the darker browns, little pops of a twilight grey, and the grey does just separate as well into like navy blues and tiny specks of red. So it's just a gorgeous yarn. Okay, so that's Just Rust. Having come up with that one, I actually started thinking about the possibility for a set of colours, and the fact that we went off on our weekend away and we left Stella the dog at home did make me think that maybe I should come up with a Stella themed colourway. So thinking about her being a black and white border collie, I started playing around with a very plain base, and then speckled heavily with greys and blacks, and little browns represent perhaps her paws and some of the other colours on her, and tiny bits of pink, because she these days seems to be sat around with her tongue out a lot as well. So this is Stella Bella. I can't believe how popular this colourway has been. So we've dyed up a number of different batches. All of them have been sold out, and you'll see this mentioned again a bit later on in a kit that Claire's been working on. So this is Stella Bella. Hope you can pick up on the speckles in here. If I go in really close, you can see just how gorgeous that is. So that was a really nice light colour base to go with Just Rust. And looking for a deeper grey, I then came up with this colourway. It's a beautifully variegated base, so you've got different greys within the base here, and again picking up on the rust and brown tones. And this one is called Rust Bucket. So I think finally I feel like I've found my grey. We'll keep playing around with different versions of this and tones, but I think the three of them together just made a fantastic set. So look at this, if I can hold them up for you. So the light of Stella Bella, Just Rust, and then Rust Bucket. Now this kit has proven to be, or this set of three colours has also proven to be really popular. So sorry if we are out of stock at the moment. We are dyeing up some more pretty quickly this weekend, and they'll be back in the shop very soon. Now, having tried it on our go-to base, which is our sock bait base, I then also played around with it on a different base. So this is also available now, and it will be in the shop on double knit. So this is Rust Bucket, and a few of them available on double knit. So as you can see, it's been a busy half term, a nice break from the day job, and some time when I've really enjoyed getting back to the dye pots. Loving the neutral coloured yarns that we've come up with over the last week or so, and there'll be more of these coming in the shop pretty soon. So that's it for my dyeing batch really for at the month of February. Back to the girls if they arrive as well, and we'll tell you a bit more about some of the other yarn, the project bags that Claire's been working on, and what we've got coming up in the month ahead. Okay.
Alright, we're
Okay,
back.
so we're back. Yarn's in soak, ready for a bit of dyeing later. I'm afraid I've been just sat there watching Winter Olympics as well.
Oh dear.
Come on, the British girls with the curling.
Oh, I'm so sad they lost
I know,
yesterday.
they got a bit bronze.
But you'll know the results by the time this podcast goes live as well.
You will.
Never mind.
So we're just going to talk about a few things in the shop, or to do with the shop at least. So I got nagged by my sister and my mum and by Nikki at Unravel to make some more bags. Come on, girl.
And you really should, because there were no stands of just bags.
No, there weren't. There were
There was a
odd
couple
bags.
of bags on yarn stalls, but there were
Yeah.
no stands of bags.
I know.
Quite surprised.
I should pull my finger out. I have enough fabric.
Yeah,
So I
Do
did.
it. People
Get on
I
with
did.
it.
I pulled my finger out.
let me
So-
do the dyeing.
I've come up with the kit, or we've come up with a kit. Oh, so it's in a bag at the moment. I do have
Do you wanna hold
the
those?
components
Yeah.
here. Just wanted to show you in the bag.
I
You
hold
can
it up
hold
to the
that.
camera, look.
It's a bit shiny in the wrapper.
There we go.
I've got the components of it
So
here.
what's the kit called,
The
Claire?
kit is called Sheepdog Trials. And so John had come up with this gorgeous yarn based on our doggy, our gorgeous girl Stella Bella. And it's
Who
proved
at the moment is staring at the back door because the sun's shining.
she wants to go out. The
Just wants to
back
go out,
and
I
bark at birds. Our neighbour has a pigeon loft. She likes to chase the pigeons. So he dyed up Stella Bella. I dyed up a little lamb's tail in charcoal, tonal black grey, and I've
So
made a little
lovely.
sock
It's
set.
beautiful.
My
So-
glamorous assistant,
Thank you very much.
and I made some bags.
Oh, they're nice and big.
They're huge, actually. Which
great
I was a
print.
bit worried. I did think they were a bit too big, but Dan said no, they're perfect,
No,
just perfect.
You can.
Yeah, it's really good.
Each of them has a different coloured pink zip. They have one of my little tassels. They have a little twill handle, which I have stamped
That's so cute.
with my feather.
Just have the little pink noses as well.
Yeah, they've got gorgeous little pink noses. They are so cute, and it's a curly fabric at the bottom to coordinate. Oh, it's a slightly different colour. I really like it. So inside you have a little pocket, or actually quite a sizable pocket. I put in a little hoop in case you want to, you know, hook your keys or something on. It has a flat bottom,
That's
but it is really
lovely.
sizable and easily sort of turned downable if you wanted to. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Well, it should be.
To make a bucket,
It's doable.
so you can stand it up, and you can.
I need
That's a
some
great
bags that
idea.
size for my new big shawls.
This is a really nice quality, just neutral lining.
I like neutral
Shall I
linings.
take
You can
those?
see what's
Yeah.
going on in there.
And then
That's
I've
great.
made a little matching DPN holder, which opens up and has got the matching coordinating fabric inside. And they're cute. And there will be a couple
That's
of other
very
little
cute.
bits in there as well, which little surprise
Little
goodies.
surprises.
So they will be going in the shop hopefully this weekend. the weekend is racing by already. So yeah, I have plans to make more bags.
Cool.
Very good.
I know, get me. So
See, nagging pays off.
it does.
That's lovely.
That
So
goes
this
for the
is-
sheepdogs as well.
It does.
The
It's just a
shepherd.
pure wool tweed. I can't claim that it's Harris tweed because I don't have authentication or something.
Okay.
But it's
But it looks like
very,
it.
very soft. It's definitely
It's
wool tweed.
lovely.
And I have a linen to go on the base, like a grey, sort of grey blue linen to go on the base, and then this lining which I adore with
That's
my
great.
antique scissors in. So I will be making some more bags
Really sweet.
coming up soon. May make it into a kit. I haven't decided yet. Well, we haven't decided yet.
No.
We do make
See what
decisions
inspiration
together.
we get. Yeah.
No, Claire
Yeah.
makes the
Cool.
decisions while John's at work.
So
It does.
yeah.
Tells me what I'm doing, really.
Do you want
keep-
these?
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah,
an
they're
eye.
good.
Keep
I
an
don't know
eye
what that
on
is
the
in the
shop
thing.
for those. I will put a post on Instagram.
You've
when they're
also
going
been
in.
making some of these little stitch markers, haven't you?
Yeah.
So they are really
Oh, it's a
cute.
bit twisted up, that
Oh,
one.
can you see that one?
It's twisted. I've got it stuck. look.
Okay.
It's not dangling properly. There we go. So yeah, it's a little Smartie cookie. And
And a burger.
a cheeseburger.
How cool is
So
that?
fun.
And some little Smartie tartlets. In little pastry cases. So yeah, I've just made a few of those. I
They're
don't know.
nice.
I might make some more, you know,
Yeah, they're good.
in my spare time.
And then while you were away, the two of you also came up with this grand idea about us
You'll
dyeing
see,
yarn on different bases.
snuggled up with the boys here.
And
Kids sat there with the boys.
coming up with some different names for these bases based on the Mr. B theme. So all based on famous men.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
this is what you get from drinking prosecco.
So I was going
in
to say,
hotel
where did
rooms.
this idea actually come from then?
We
yeah?
were in bed drinking prosecco out of toothpaste tumblers. No,
Yeah, tooth mugs.
toothpaste
What?
tumblers. I thought it just,
Okay.
just brush tumblers.
Yeah.
And yeah, we came up with this.
So you better. I don't know.
Go on then, you
which
better
one's
explain. Tell us
So-
all about it.
we decided to name our yarn bases. So this is our everyday go-to 4-ply 75-25 merino nylon, and we've called him Hiddleston because he's reliable, can save the day. He's a go-to yarn, and a bit gorgeous. So this is
Very nice.
I love you very much.
Very nice.
on
And
Hiddleston.
then-
On Hiddleston
on
base.
Hiddleston. And then we decided we needed a bit of
A tough one.
a tough sock, bit of a strong but drop dead gorgeous
Okay.
yarn. So we've decided to name him Hardy, and all the ladies will love that. They've all been going mad about it on Instagram anyway. So again, I will be very much on our Hardy base, and then I'm going to do Cumberbatch next because he is a bit
our posh
classy.
one.
He's our posh base.
Nice.
Classy, sleek,
really soft, actually.
cashmere, merino cashmere nylon. Oh,
Yeah.
you just want to hug him.
Lovely.
Steady.
Maybe not
Steady
you.
on, girls, thank you.
And
Yeah.
this is our hunk of the group. This is Elba, our DK base.
Bring it back a little bit so
Absolutely
you got some light on it.
And the colour.
Gorgeous. The
has gone
colours.
so rich on that.
Really rich,
Really
lovely,
Yeah.
shiny.
very. I love you very much. On Elba,
Lovely.
And finally,
and finally, this is LaRue, and it's our Stellina base, merino nylon Stellina on the LaRue base.
So
Very sparkly, very gorgeous. So yes, so we have new bases. And
Cool.
these-
watch out for minis because we've got some fun ideas for
we
the
have
minis.
got some fun ideas.
You haven't told me about those yet, but okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, sounds good.
Yeah, so those are some of our
Cool.
new bases, and so keep an eye out for those. We will have more of them on different colourways going in the shop soon.
And the plan is that some of them we'll just dye up and put in the shop, and others we'll do a few custom orders as well.
Yeah, people have been asking for different things on different bases, so
Yeah.
it's easier for us to know what we're dyeing up, but we will have ready to ship yarn as well.
But we'll let you know all about that on Instagram and also on the Etsy shop as well.
Yeah.
So look out for more details coming.
I think that was everything
Is that
for
about
us. So yeah, Bex
Well,
will be off now.
actually,
well,
hang
no,
on,
no,
'cause
it's
the other
not-
thing
we've
we've got to do
the cool
is talk about
idea.
the idea for next month.
Oh yeah.
So you know that at the start of our podcast we've got this crazy little section with some dancing feet. We thought it'd be a good idea to open it out to all of you who are watching as well. So if you fancy being featured on the opening to our podcast,
Featured.
you like what I did there?
Oh,
That was
hilarious.
good. Okay. Then what we'd like you to do is send us a small video clip with just a section of your dancing feet in some socks that you've knitted up yourself. So it might be something that you've knitted up as part of the My Manuary sock along, or it might be actually some socks that you've knitted up in some of the Mr. B's yarn. Just send us a little video clip and you never know.
Just a couple of seconds, nothing too
Yeah,
long.
nothing very long, because it will get spliced down and put together as part of the beginning of the next
It'll be fun to
podcast.
have other people's feet at the beginning.
The only thing is, it's even better if you can get it in time with the music of the podcast,
Because otherwise it will really bug John.
because that's the, something I need to
Yeah.
work on.
And you
Okay.
know, we'll have like prizes for, you know, unusual dance moves, do you reckon?
Fantastic.
I
That
think we
sounds a
should.
good
I
idea.
think we should.
Yeah.
More adventurous the better.
So if you want to send that to us, then
Yeah, just a
private
little,
messages
little
on
DM
Instagram.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. And that's us for now.
Yeah.
So we look out to seeing your fantastic featured feet, your great dance moves that you send off to us, and they'll enter into next month's podcast. So have a really good month, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.